Update. I'm female 34, losing my family because they think that I hid the fact from them that my ex, now sister's female 28 husband, male 35, is abusive. If you haven't watched the first part of the story yet, click the card above or the link in the description. Hello again, this is an update. I am so sorry that I went silent after posting here, but I actually wrote my post very late at night and fell asleep afterwards. When I logged in the next day, the post was locked and I couldn't answer any of you. I want to thank you for the attention that you've given me because I have been so lonely. I have read all of your comments and I have answered as many DMs that I could. I'm sorry for not being able to answer everyone. I see that cutting all contact with my family is the most common advice that I got, and you are probably right. It is time for me to move on. I never completely and wholeheartedly forgiven my family for accepting my sister's betrayal, but I understood that my parents wanted to be in their grandchildren's lives, and I would never have wanted the children to be deprived of the love of grandparents since they are innocent in all of this. But at the same time, I didn't however like nor accept their forgiveness. I just love my family, and losing my sister was a hard blow. I just didn't want to lose the rest of the family. I kept my distance, however, beside my brother, 30 male. I don't think I mentioned him in my original post. I'm still close to him. Many of you also ask about why my family didn't see the fact that my sister's husband cheated with my own sister as a red flag. This is the first thing I asked my mom, but her answer was very disappointing, so I didn't even think to include it in my original post. She just made it about me needing to get over it and to let go of my grudge. I have felt some type of guilt because I only talked positively about him before I introduced him to my family, about his generosity and kindness. He treated me like a queen, and his family took me in with warmth. He went out of his way to make me happy, and all the dreams we shared about our future together, the places we would visit. And I was so happy when he expressed how he couldn't wait to spend the rest of his life with me. Maybe this is a red flag. I was so happy with him, and that is all my sister heard me talk about since I met him. With all this in mind, I totally understood my sister and her reluctance to believe me. That he showed another side, if not his real side with her, especially when I know that she is in a very vulnerable place right now. I thought I should be understanding and reach out to her once again. I explained everything that I wrote to my mom in the post here, that probably always been what he was. I got so many stories of girls written to me here about their experience with mistreatment and how and why it started. I sent my sister the screenshots, with the girl's permission. My sister is 7 years younger than him, while I'm only 11 months younger. I didn't live with him. I didn't have any children with him, and I wasn't relying on him to provide for me or my children since I didn't need to stay at home to raise children. All in all, I sent about 30 Instagram DMs explaining it, and after 3 hours, my sister sent me a very short reply. I know that you are sleeping with him, you cheap woman. And she blocked me. I didn't even cry this time. Today, my brother asked me that he wanted to see me. He came to me after work. He said that my sister had sent everything that I have written to her to the rest of the family, and that she was raging mad. My parents are angry with me for distressing her more than she already was. My brother told me to cut my losses and lay low. You can't help her, because she just wants to blame her misery on somebody, he said. From what my brother had gathered from my mom and sister, her husband has been violent with her since she refused to terminate her first pregnancy. So the abuse started just a few months into their relationship. My sister was growing more paranoid with time that her husband would cheat on her with me, and probably others, but that was the reason she always disproportionately hated me. She hated me because she always thought that I would try to get back at her by taking him back because I'm still single and hadn't moved on. It got worse because she always asked him why he was gentler towards me, and he told her that it was because I wasn't a cheap woman like her, which made her believe we still had contact. She also found a secret Instagram account where he followed some girls, me included. It hurt me to hear all of this, but as my brother said, I can't do anything. She refuses to leave him even with my parents' urging and assurance that they could take care of her and her children. I'm heartbroken for her, but I don't think I can do anything. So I'm cutting my family out of my life, and that's my final decision. Edited to Ed. I saw many of you calling me a doormat. I mean, I know you mean well, but how juvenile to use such terms. I'm neither a doormat nor do I lack self-respect. I held my head high when I suffered pain from a betrayal very few of you can relate to. So forgive me when I say I don't respect your childish behavior. Be better. Now for the comments. I'm so sorry you're basically losing your family, but it sounds like you're better off without them. You've gone above and beyond to explain to your sister, educate her, and support her even though she betrayed you so deeply, and she's still blaming you. I think going no contact with her and your ex, and very, very low or no contact with your parents is the best thing for you. I know it hurts, and you didn't want it to be this way, but I think it's best. One thing that's always helped me to realize in situations when it was time to let go, that I'm suffering for a fantasy. You're holding on because you want this happy, loving, supportive extended family. But you don't have that now. It's a fantasy, and holding on to the harmful family you do have doesn't make that fantasy real. They will never be what you need them to be, and that's not your fault. You're a good daughter and sister, and they don't deserve you. I wish you so much happiness, and I hope it will be much easier to find without these hateful people in your life. I actually have already been very low contact with my sister. I have only seen her a few times, like my cousin's wedding and family gatherings. Never met her in private. She also eloped, so there was no wedding, and I wasn't gonna attend, and I never went to her baby showers or anything. I have never texted her privately. I only have her on a group's iMessage with mom, dad, and little bro. But now I'm going no contact with mom and dad too. I need a break. Why elope? She was so proud of doing what she did. I think your sister is full of shame and would rather blame you. Your parents are enabling it because the heat can come off the fact that they didn't speak out when it happened. They all deserve to be miserable. I'm sorry you have such an awful family. It seems like no matter what you do, they are going to find a way to blame you, and the double standard is disgusting. You need to get over your grudge because your sister betrayed you in one of the worst way imaginable. But somehow having you do something to her, at least what they believe, and you don't get the same courtesy, is mind-boggling that family can behave like this. I know it must hurt you so much, and you don't deserve any of it, but you're making the right decision cutting them off. I'm glad you have your brother. Opie is the scapegoat, and this is how toxic and abusive families work. There is nothing Opie can do to change it, and her only option is to cut them off, and mourn the loss of the family she deserves and thought she had. I've been there and done that, and seen the destruction this can do both as a child and a young adult. Now for the last story. Girlfriend 23 female of 5 years cheated on me 22 male. I feel betrayed and devastated. Plus updates. She's my first girlfriend and first intimate partner. I'm her first as well. We had a great relationship. We traveled a lot together, had a lot of fun together. And of course we had our downs too, but nothing serious. We always got through it. I felt like our relationship was strong and our mutual trust was incredible. That all changed when I learned that she cheated. For some context, she goes to a local disco every now and then. I never go there with her because I don't like discos. I always trusted her because I knew she would never do anything stupid. She just isn't that kind of girl. At least so I thought. Exactly 1 year ago, she started hanging out with a guy I know there. He's a bit of an a-hole, but I didn't really care. They started texting, then started messaging on Snapchat, which I found extremely suspicious. But she just kept saying it was completely innocent and he was just a friend. I kept telling her it's suspicious and he's a prick, but she just kept insisting he's okay and he's just a friend. Then they argued a lot for some reason and stopped talking completely. She told me he said some stupid things and that he's a prick. Wow, no kidding. So I was satisfied and didn't care about it any further. Time forward to yesterday, I randomly remembered this happened and wondered what exactly happened between them. So I just grabbed her phone and checked. We do this normally. We don't hide anything from each other. So it was normal to just grab the other's phone and do whatever. What I saw shook me to my core. I saw a message from her saying something along the lines that they just went somewhere, hid, and banged quickly so no one would see them, and then he didn't want to talk to her anymore. Basically, he just had her for fun. From the context, it was obvious this happened multiple times. I started incredibly shaking, and my heartbeat went up like crazy. I felt sick. I never felt so sick. And I still do. I told her and she cried about it. Said she regretted it incredibly, and that she didn't want to tell me because she was afraid of hurting me and losing me, that she loves me and stuff like that. I do admit that at the time of this incident a year ago, we did have a bit of a bad time in our relationship, but I felt like we got through it. She said that she lacked the desire and wanted to feel what's like to hook up with someone else, since I was her only one. She even told me that at a time she wanted to try it with someone else. I told her that I'm sorry, but I wouldn't accept that, and still she did it. What's funny is that she's quite low libido, and we didn't have nearly as much intimacy as I'd like. For example, we didn't do it for 3 months once, and there definitely was enough of desire at least from my side. And then she bangs this guy multiple times? Now she texted me how sorry she is, and how horrible it feels that she did this. Because she said multiple times that she would never cheat, and that she doesn't understand how anyone could cheat in a relationship. Well, there you go. She completely betrayed my trust. I feel like she stabbed me in the back. I feel depressed. Horrible. She wants to get back together, and she said that after this she would never ever do it again because it just wasn't worth it. She said she can't be without me, and that she really does not want to lose me. And honestly, I don't want to lose her either. We've known each other since we were 7, basically all our lives. We spend almost every day together. We do everything together. We love each other. After 5 years of relationship, I really felt like we were going to spend the future together. We are almost perfect for each other, except for the intimacy part, but I wanted to work on that. I really don't know what to do now. Does she deserve another chance? She does seem to genuinely regret it, but I'm afraid that if she did it once, she might do it again. Plus, our trust will never be the same, of course. Thank you so much if you read all the way here. I am very grateful. I needed to get this off my chest. Now for the top advice before reading the updates. Bro, did you miss the part where he ended it? OP, she would have continued this if he didn't stop it. She was trying to monkey branch, find another partner while still with you, and it failed. She's not sorry for doing it. She's sorry she got caught. You're just a backup plan. She's no longer attracted to you and will actively look for another partner. Don't fall for cost-sunk fallacy. OP, please leave. If she cared about you, she would have never cheated. She is playing. You deserve better. Exactly this. Oh, I wasted 5 years with a cheater, so I'll stay and waste 5 more. The heck is this logic? He broke up with her. She didn't feel bad about anything until she got caught. Break up. Since it seems like you're new to this, I figured I should help you out and point out exactly where things went south. It was right around here. I do admit that at the time of this incident a year ago, we did have a bit of a bad time in our relationship. But I felt like we got through it. She said that she lacked the desire and wanted to feel what's like to hook up with someone else, since I was her only one. She even told me that at a time she wanted to try it with someone else. Any time you're in a monogamous relationship and the other person starts talking about trying stuff with other people, do yourself a favor and bail right there. Sounds like you should have dumped her a year ago. Yes, this was a major red flag. I trusted her. Thank you. Break up. This relationship is dead. You're young. First loves are overrated, and you'll find someone way better. Agree. So OP gonna be a bit of a harsh one here, being raised by a literal habitual cheater. Let's break this down. Your girlfriend who, 1, ignored your feelings of discomfort about her friendship and made you feel stupid and insecure. 2, kept gaslighting you about her so-called friendship. 3, was cheating on you, presumably not the only time she slept with him. 4, was telling you a year ago that she wanted to feel how it felt to fool around. 5, didn't even tell you about it, which someone felt honest and genuine remorse would have, that you needed to go above your own boundaries and go snooping, which already means y'all had zero trust whatsoever. 6, is now sorry and saying it wasn't worth it, probably only because the dude dumped her and was no longer interested in banging her. 7, says she doesn't want to lose you, but was perfectly okay with that prospect while hooking up with someone else behind your back, while lying to her face every day. 8, was saying she had a low libido with you, her actual boyfriend, while it didn't apply with this dude. 9, says she won't do it again, when she already lied about doing it the first time, and didn't flinch and was so deceptive you actually thought you had mutual trust. She hid it that well. 10, she didn't even break it off. He did. And you want to give her a second chance? Because why? She's your first girlfriend? What does that have to do with her being a cheater? Or a bad girlfriend? Or a liar? Or a manipulator? P.S. You aren't perfect for each other. Unless you count someone gaslighting and cheating on you a perfect personality trait. If that's perfect, then I'm married wrong then. Sure, she's all tears now, because she's lost her F-buddy and got caught out by you. What did you expect her to do? She's gonna say anything to keep you in her pocket. And you want to stay? Do you want to be a doormat? Do you have like zero self-respect? What exactly do you want to salvage here? Been together for 5 years, known her since you were 7. Facts. Did those facts mean anything to her when she was cheating on you? No. So, why are you trying to use them as an excuse to stay with someone who has no respect for you? My advice is leave. Unless you get off on being used, then by all means stay. But I'd also advise getting an STD test and not be intimate with her. She might just come tell you she's pregnant by you. Thank you. This is what I need. A kick in the butt. Now for the updates. Thank you everyone for your messages. I really needed this. You are all great, honestly. I'll talk about it with her and tell her in depth how I feel and why I want to break up. I'll keep you all updated. Once again, thank you so much. Update 2. I texted her, since I left her home immediately and told her that I will not get back with her ever, that she betrayed me, and I even explained everything, my feelings, thoughts, etc. She takes full responsibility and blame for everything. She acknowledged her mistakes and said she genuinely feels sick of herself, and that she will never forget this, never forgive herself, and that with me, a piece of herself will be missing. She said she would take it all back if she could. She confessed to sleeping with said douchebag 3 times. After that, it ended. I asked if she would have continued had he not ended it, and she said she doesn't know. In my mind, that is an obvious yes. That one hurt. Her only wish is for us not to be cut off completely. Not stay together, just not be cut off completely. I really don't know about that. I must confess that I do feel sorry for her. Yes, I know, I'm weak. I'm a weakling. I told her I'm not sure if I want to keep her in my life at all. She said she will respect my decision and will understand. I'm at peace with the fact we broke up and will never be together. I must once again thank you all amazing people for your opinions and your help. You were most helpful and seriously helped me get it done. I still have to think about the cutting off thing.